Good morning, Unity. And welcome. I'm Reverend John Riley, and I have the joy of serving as your senior minister, and I'd like to welcome you to our Sunday celebration service. If you're new to Unity, what we want you to know is that Unity is a global spiritual movement welcoming people from all backgrounds and all walks of life. We are welcoming and inclusive, and we teach positive, practical spiritual principles that you can apply in your life every day to help you live a more joyful and abundant life. We're so blessed this morning to have with us Lisa Whitfield as our platform leader. Rick Vanderveer on guitar. Polo Jones on drums. Polo Jones on bass. Polo Jones on sound. Polo Jones, who's our touchstone for every musician and speaker in the sanctuary, just bringing us all back to calm. Polo Jones, everybody. We're so glad that you're here with us to experience our Sunday experience, whether you're here in person, on our live stream, or celebrating and watching us during the week. Know that wherever you are in this moment, you're in the right place at the right time right now. Because wherever you are, God is. Yes? Yes. And with that, let us stand as Margot leads us in our two songs this morning.
I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, 'cause I'm choosing heaven today. Joy. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road to joy right now, 'cause I'm choosing joy today. Peace. I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing peace today. I am walking the road to peace right now, 'cause I'm choosing peace today. Love. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road to love today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, 'cause I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, 'cause I'm choosing heaven today. That's right. All right now. I'm in the right place at the right time. Yes, yes? You're in the right place at the right time. Yes, yes? I gotta hear it. Yes, yes? All right, here we go. Come on, let's go. This is gonna fly off. I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. That's right.
Woo! Loud and clear, people. Loud and clear. Good morning, Unity Palo Alto. I am Lisa Whitfield. I will be up here on the place we call the platform today. It's great to see everybody here on Palm Sunday. Welcome to everybody watching online right now or through the week. You're all welcome here. As the Rev said, this is a global spiritual movement. It's not just happening here at Unity Palo Alto, even though it's definitely happening here at Unity Palo Alto. Right? It's happening. It's happening. But we're not going on this spiritual journey just kicking us out the door. Good luck with that. We have 5 core principles that guide us on this journey. If you're new to Unity, they're on a welcome card in the pew in front of you. Take that home, put it on your fridge so you won't forget during the week. Our first principle is God is. There is only one power and one presence active in the universe and in our lives, God, the good omnipotence. Our second principle is I am. God is the substance and intelligence innate in every person, in every dog. We're it. These 2 principles I find, even now, but especially when I first started at Unity, kind of a little abstract and hard to grasp. And I gotta say, thanks to Reverend John, I pull up an image every once in a while when I'm having trouble with that he used in a talk like maybe 6 years ago, and maybe this will help you. It was a string of lights. Do you remember that? It was a string of lights like Christmas lights, like lights you would have on a patio, right? And the metaphor was, we are those individual lights that are shining. But they're all on this string, and that same electricity, that same energy is connecting all of them and is providing the energy so that they can shine. Yes. And every once in a while, I feel like, oh, yeah, that's what's going on, right? We're those human expressions of this universal energy that we like to call God, right? So take that if you want. You can have that, courtesy of Reverend John 6 years ago. He's got it. He's got it. Our third principle is the law of mind action, which means the thoughts that we have can color how we interpret the world, can color our experience of the world, and we have a choice. We can, following Martha Creek's book, we can pause and we can choose how we want to respond. But we've got to be mindful. And you know what helps us to be mindful? Our fourth principle, which is the practice of meditation and affirmative prayer, because that's what can connect us with the creative, constructive power of God to live in, through, and as us. And our fifth principle, the secret sauce of unity. Doing it every day, people. Doing it every day. The daily practice. Because as we live according to these principles every day, that's how we're going to express that divine within us. That's how we're going to be that light on the light string. And life is going to get better. So we put all these principles together, and they help us live out our vision statement and unity. And I'd like to invite you to affirm that with me. Together, centered in God, we co-create a world that works for all. And so it is.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found, was blind, but now I see.
And now our reading from the Daily Word. Today's Daily Word is Palm Sunday. I'll read the affirmation and invite you to affirm it with me. On Palm Sunday, I celebrate the divine presence within. Together? On Palm Sunday, I celebrate the divine presence within. Today is Palm Sunday, the commemoration of Jesus' arrival in Jerusalem that symbolizes the awakening of the Christ awareness in humankind. Those who followed Jesus into Jerusalem shouted, "Hosanna! Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord." Imagining this joyous scene, I feel inspired to follow Jesus' actions and express more and more of the love, peace, joy, and light of my Christ nature. As Holy Week begins, I open my heart and mind to more fully embody and share the Christ of my being. I feel blessed knowing others around the world are doing the same. Together, we bring peace and healing to the world and to one another, fulfilling the promise of Jesus. This is from John chapter 12, verse 13. So they took branches of palm trees and went out to meet him, shouting, "Hosanna! Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord."
All right, everybody. I need some audience participation right now. Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Every praise is to our God. Sing hallelujah to our God. Glory, hallelujah to our God. Every praise is to our God. Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Every praise is to our God. Sing hallelujah to our God. Glory, hallelujah to our God. Every praise is to our God. Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Every praise is to our God. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. Come on, sing it with me. Here we go. Let your light shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine all over the world. Let your light shine. A little louder. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. Let your light shine.
Good morning, Unity. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is so nice to see you here on Palm Sunday. And in this last month, we have been focusing on our spiritual mindset, focusing on the tools and techniques to help us live and let that light shine, yeah? To let that light shine in everything that we do, not just here on Sunday, although I appreciate all your lights, but to do that during the week and allow that energy to flow with ease and grace throughout the day. So we were practicing with 26 tips for getting back to our higher self. 26 tips that when situations hit the fan, anybody have a situation hit the fan this week? When the situations hit the fan, we have 26 tips to bring us back to that place, that habitation. Is that word's semantication? Now it doesn't have any meaning for me anymore. I feel like I'm on Ted Lasso or something. I don't know. I'll skip that word. To get us back to that light within us, to get us back to that presence of peace within us. And today is Palm Sunday, the beginning of Holy Week, and it marks the capstone of Jesus' master class. Everyone ready to sign up for this one? This is the week that he stepped into, that he intentionally walked into to help teach and express all of the teachings at once, to help be there, and then for the final lesson, the idea of the Easter experience, of transforming our lives, of re-expressing our lives, of being that light in our lives. And so Palm Sunday really represents to us that awakening, the beginning of the awakening. And the road ahead of us, that week ahead of us, as told in this story, is that week of trials and pushback and all of the stuff that happens once you have that awakening. Anybody have an aha moment where you have this realization for your life? Anybody? All right, we got some people. Well, we have that aha moment where we experience that experience of the divine, where we feel that experience of the divine within us. It's no longer in our heads, now it's in our hearts. And we're expressing it and just sinking into this experience of God, this experience of oneness. We have that experience, and then we say, aha, I've got it. And then situations happen. And it's so easy for us to get pulled off of that isn't it? It's easy for us to get pulled out of that light, to short circuit that string of lights, to pop the circuit so that all of the lights go out within us. And so this practice in Palm Sunday is really about this idea of having that awakening and moving towards that Easter experience, moving towards that resurrection of the Christ consciousness that is within each one of us. For that was Jesus' true lesson. That was really the net of it. We're all one. Seek first that kingdom of God, that experience of God within you, that consciousness of heaven where we are at one with the allness of life, love, and wisdom. It was spring, a spring day in 30 CE, 30 Common Era. It was the beginning of the week of Passover, the most sacred week for the Jewish people. Now, this was a festival that celebrates the Jewish people's liberation from slavery in Egypt. And Jerusalem became really the center or the capital for the Jewish people at the time. And so people came from miles around to celebrate Passover to Jerusalem, and the population would swell tenfold. Now, that day, there were two processions entering into the city. On the west, we had Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor of Judea, entering the city. And it was commonplace for the governor of Judea to enter the city on this day. There was a military procession. There was a demonstration both of Roman imperial power, their imperial theology, their advanced technology. Ring a bell? It was standard practice for the governors to be there during this time, during this festival, one, to show a sign of force, its strength. Hey, we're here. This is our realm, and you're welcome to be here. And also, just in case situations hit the fan. Because it's a big celebration. You ever been to a big party and where a situation hit the fan? Yes. Okay, you're still with me. Got it. That was on the west, this procession, this military procession. And you can imagine, the cavalry, the horses, the foot soldiers, the leather armor, the helmets, the weapons and banners, and the golden eagle mounted on the tops of poles. And in the east, something completely different. In the east, peace, humble, calm, in rides Jesus on a donkey, a young donkey, just coming right in. But guess where all the people were? The people were in the east. The crowds surrounded him. The crowds were cheering. The crowds were cheering, Hosanna, blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord. They put cloaks and palm branches on the road that he was traveling on as a way to welcome him. This is our great Savior. Did you know that Hosanna really means save us? You see, I save us, Messiah. Save us. And ironically, these are the same people cheering for him that 1 week later would be jeering at him, would be the ones yelling at him and throwing stones at him. So as Jesus rode in to Jerusalem, he knew what was going to happen. He knew, and this is both historical and literal, a wonderful story about historically what happened, but it's also there's a very spiritual and metaphysical meaning to it. Because on one hand, you have the story of this experience and what happened, and on the other hand, you have what Jesus was teaching us, the spiritual lessons. And one of the great things I think about unity is we look at the Bible as really a blueprint for our own consciousness. For at times, we are the Romans in life. We are demanding structure and demanding pomp and circumstances. At times, we are the priest in life saying, no, this is the old ways, or the rituals are the only way you can do it. And at times, we do light our light. And we do express that spiritual light. So the wonderful meaning of Palm Sunday is that it is this personal transformation of enlightenment. And it comes from when it comes from the intellectual understanding and gets into our heart, gets into our experience of it. We start to feel it. And we must look then, once you have that aha experience, on how to apply it to your life. How to make it a part of your life so that that beautiful light can shine and you can experience that joy and that bliss even amongst the situations. Palm Sunday tells the story of when we arrive at that point in our awakening, the point of opening to something greater within us, the truth of who we really are. And as Jesus taught, that Christ consciousness within us. That's the truth of who we really are. That is the part of us that is always available, infinite peace, open to infinite love, open to infinite intelligence, where we're one with the allness of life, love, and wisdom. On the other side of us, our human nature, our pain body, and on the east side of us, our divine nature. And this story tells the story of the awakening of that Christ consciousness within us. And when we have that awakening, that aha moment, that's a point where we have a choice. When we become aware of there's something more within me, that's where I have a choice. And I can choose to step into that or go back to the way things were. Go back to living how I was living. And what happens in our human experience is that we tend to, it's like a pendulum. We swing over here to our human nature, and then we get grounded again and swing back to our divine nature. And then something happens, and we swing over to our human nature. And have you experienced that? There's a seeming duality within us. And that seeming duality is there only because we have not fully recognized that we are all of it, that we're whole, that we will have human experiences. And some of them will be fun and joyful, and some of them will be tragic and painful. And on the other hand, there is this constant energy of love, of peace, of God within us. That constant energy that's always flowing. And so this Palm Sunday is about moving through that experience and recognizing, on one hand, our humanness, our need to be right, and our reactions to the other. On the other hand, our spiritualness, our awakened self. On one hand, our pain body and false beliefs, our shadow self. And on the other hand, our spiritual self, our power, our faith. That string of lights within us. And so, Palm Sunday is about preparing for that embodiment of that Christ consciousness, preparing for that divine essence to be risen up within me. The Easter experience is about knowing our wholeness. And so last month we were all focused on our spiritual mindset of developing the tools and the experiences in life, the ability to shift from one side of the pendulum back to the other. And now we're stepping into this time where we recognize, we celebrate, and we sink into our spiritual wholeness. And our spiritual wholeness means that we are one with the allness of life, love, and wisdom. We are one with God, isness, divine mind, the universe, whatever you want to call it. That is the truth of who we are. And like individual lights on that string, we're all one. And each of us shines our light brightly. Occasionally, someone's light will get dim, and then we're here to lift that person up, to share our energy, our thoughts, our connection with us. Because this knowing our allness creates a sense of communion with one another. It creates a sense of community with each other. And it creates a connection when we recognize and realize that we are here for each other. So how do we shift that? How do we make that choice? Well, Jesus taught us that as well during this last week. It takes courage and willingness. Along the way, a few times he said, if it's possible, if it's possible, no big whoop. If it's possible, let this cup pass from me. Yet not as my will, but thy will. So we will all have these experiences in life where we feel like life is against us. We'll all have these situations that happen, and at times we will feel that sense of, oh, please take this away from me. Anybody experience that? Oh, please take this away from me. Let this cup pass by me. But then he immediately came back to willingness. I'm here. I'm present. I'm present to what is. This is the situation. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't exist, but I'm not going to let it define me. That situation does not define me. And as he moved through this week, we saw he was poised. He was spiritually strong. So he drew upon his idea of wisdom. Oh, sorry, we drew upon his idea of courage. Now, anybody know the definition of courage? Being afraid and doing it anyway. Being afraid and doing it anyway. And you know, I personally know that there are times when I'm afraid and I go hide. When I'm afraid and I distract myself. When I'm afraid and I point the finger at other people. When I'm afraid and it causes me to swing all the way over to this side and react. Emotionally hijacked, and react from the fear, and it's hard to get back. But here's the interesting thing. Because so many of us, when we hear that word fear, or when we're stuck in life, we say, well, it's all the fear. It's all about my fears. I just have to get rid of my fear. We start blaming the fear, right? So we start blaming and shaming ourselves for being afraid. So where does that take us? That takes us down the rabbit hole, down beyond fear, down to shame, blame, and guilt. Fear is there for a reason. The fear isn't the problem. It's that belief system, that pain body, that shadow belief that we're holding on to, that's causing the fear. So the fear isn't the problem. It's a recognition, here's something in front of me. It's either dangerous, yes or no, or it's not, or it's all made up danger. And so I'm going to go do it anyway. So he made friends with fear. He brought fear along with him. He didn't shame himself. Did you notice that? You know, if it's possible, can you let this cup pass? And if not, okay. But he didn't say, I can't believe I was weak. He didn't say, I can't. Did you see me? I'm glad the disciples weren't here. They would have seen me being weak. He didn't blame and shame himself. He just was okay with what was. He was non-resistant. He was saying, this is what is, and I'm moving through it anyways. So he had the courage to move into it. And he had the willingness to do it from his highest self. Just the willingness, the fact of being willing to step into something with strength and compassion and love. Being willing to step into something, even though I'm a little afraid, with faith. Being willing to step into something and be loving, and be peaceful, and be kind and compassionate. So what would life be like if when we were over here in the situation and we just said, you know what, I'm going to be willing in this, for this time only, we'll see how it works, God. And this time, I don't know why I'm looking up. God's everywhere present. For this time only, God, I'm going to be willing to be present to it. I'm going to be willing to just allow myself to draw from my spiritual strength, to not overreact, to not overthink, to not blame, shame, and guilt other people. I'm just being willing to be present with love, with peace, with curiosity. Courage and willingness. It helps us step into our spiritual nature, to release the shadow stories that we're creating, and to own what is ours to own, to live what is ours to live, and live with our spiritual boundaries. It doesn't mean we say yes to everything. It means we're living authentically, and with an authentic yes or an authentic no, whatever is real and right for me in that moment. Jesus also taught spiritual strength and power. He said, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you make it a den of robbers. My house will be called a house of prayer, but you make it a den of robbers. Now, this is that first day when Jesus rode into town. He went to the temple and saw what had happened there. Saw that it had become less about the spiritual practices, less about the being present and honoring and loving and giving to God or giving to the world, giving to life, and more about the ritual and the rite and the taxes and what people owed. It became so commercial that the rituals became rote and had no meaning. And so he flipped the tables over. He caused a ruckus, and he cleansed the temple, as they say, cleansed the temple. And he told them, this is not what this is about. Let's go back to the idea of spiritual giving. Go back to the idea of abundance where we're in the flow of abundance. Now, I was talking with someone who was saying, I think that's the reason that he got crucified, just because he was messing with their banks. And I don't think that was the real reason. because Jesus had been at this for a while. You saw all the people as he rode into Jerusalem cheering for him, saying, Messiah, save us. All of their people. And they didn't like that. I think Jesus may have done it intentionally, the capstone on his quest to say, well, I'm not getting out of it this time. Whoosh, let's flip it over. Now see what you do with me. I don't know. But he did everything with purpose this week. He knew what was coming before he even rode into town. He understood it because he had a great sense of self-awareness and kept coming back when he was afraid, when he was doubting. He just kept coming back to that divine presence within us. What a great lesson for us. So our spiritual power, that light that burns within you, that light that shines, as Lisa described, that light on that string of lights, that power within you is always available and always there to help you shine your light. All we need to do is say yes to it. All we need to do is say yes. In here, I don't know the answer. If you don't want to pass this cup, I will find the answer, because the answer comes from within. The divine wisdom, the essence that is within us, and the strength to move forward with that divine essence, with that spiritual mindset. And then finally, he taught understanding and love. On Tuesday, he was questioned by many of the Pharisees and many of the priests, grilled with trying to trap him into things. And they asked him, what is the most important commandment? And he said, love God. Love God with all of your heart and your mind and your soul. Love God. Now, God isn't out there somewhere. God is here. God is here. God is present. God is in the puppies. God is in the wisteria. God is everywhere present. It is the energy that connects us and keeps us and binds us together. Love that essence of who you are. And at the same time, love your neighbor as yourself. These are the two greatest commandments, the two greatest things to do. Be in love and understanding. Now, in our human concept, we have a lot of different conditions for love when we talk about love for one another or a significant other. Yeah, we put a lot of conditions on ourselves. Jesus was talking about unconditional love, that harmony that flows through us, that healing power, that prospering energy that flows through us. Be that. And through that, be understanding, be kind and compassionate. Express your light as who you are, the truth of who you are. Say yes to your calling. Let's move to our affirmation, Felix. I'm going to read our affirmation and then invite you to affirm it with me. I seek to express more of my light, love, joy, and enthusiasm for life. I celebrate the divine presence within. Would you affirm that with me together? I seek to express more of my light, love, joy, and enthusiasm for life. I celebrate the divine presence within. And so it is. Our spiritual oneness is who we are. As we move through this week on the road to Easter and our Easter celebration here, just remember that you are here to express that light. And whenever the situations hit the fan, know that you have within you everything you need to bring yourself back to presence, the presence of God within you, the light, the Christ within you. Let's take that into our time of meditation and affirmative prayer. I invite you to take a nice, deep, cleansing breath and close your eyes, if that feels comfortable and is safe for you in this moment. And as we breathe into this moment, we let go and release all of the thoughts, the concerns, the situations that we've been holding on to. We allow our thoughts to settle with every breath, just watching them drift by like clouds in the sky. As our thoughts begin to settle, our emotions will follow. Whatever emotion that we're holding on to, We simply acknowledge it, breathe, and release. And as we breathe into this moment, we put our attention on our heart space. We breathe into our heart and experience divine love, the healing, harmonizing, prospering energy of spirit that flows in, through, and as you now. With each breath, we sink deeper into the experience of love, deeper into the experience of peace, deeper into the stillness of the silence. God is love, light, wisdom, infinite intelligence, creative power. I breathe into this moment and realize I am light. I am the light of the world. I am love. I am the kindness and compassion in the world. I am filled with joy, filled with peace. I am the creative expression of the divine. In this moment, I celebrate that divine presence within me. I celebrate that divine presence expressing as me. I celebrate the divine presence in you. And breathing into this moment, we allow that harmonizing energy of love to shine from us, blessing each person in this room. This radiant energy of love is sent out to all of our spiritual community watching online, going through their day-to-day work. We allow this harmonic energy to flow through us. We bless all of the prayers that are in our prayer chest. And if you hold somebody in prayer, I invite you to say their name out loud or bring their name to mind. Russell. For all of the prayers in our heart, for all of the prayers that we hold on to, we affirm divine love is doing its perfect work in this very moment. Divine love is expressing in, through, and as each person, guiding them to their highest good. And together we send this energy out into the world. We bless our planet as we bless all of creation. We bless humanity as we send love to all the world. And as we do this, we lift the consciousness of the whole, for love is ever present. And we say yes to our spiritual call. For that truth within us, for that love that is shining brightly from us, we celebrate by singing the Alleluia.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
And with a nice, deep, cleansing breath, we return our attention to this time, in this space, in this experience, as we celebrate that love that is within each one of us today and throughout this week. Unity Palo Alto is here to help you discover your spiritual magnificence and to live from that magnificence every day. Our evolutionary purpose statement is that we are here to inspire spiritual transformation and inspire you to make a positive difference in the world. That's our purpose statement. And as we live into that purpose, we realize and recognize that we are the good news of the world. Yes? I am the good news in the world. Together? I am the good news in the world. And so it is. We're here because of our generous donations, and each month we share a portion of our donations with a safety net organization here in the Bay Area. And this month we are sharing our donations, our abundance, with Safe Space. And Christine Oliver from our Sharing Abundance Committee is going to say a little bit.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Safe Space is an organization, nonprofit in Menlo Park, and they're run by the children, basically, teenagers. It's teen-led mental health advocacy, and they empower young people to engage in conversations about mental health. They work with the schools in the area and bring up these very difficult subjects for the students. And they're all youth-driven activities, and they aim to prevent isolation and foster human connections. And they weren't able to be here today, but they did send a video.
Can we play that, Felix? Uh-oh. It may be that the Mac needs to change its output from the Mac speakers to the headphone. Come on, come on. Give me a little sugar here.
Bravo.
Or not. Well, what we'll do is we will have this video on our website, and we'll send this out in our newsletter. And if we can get it working, we'll watch it again a little bit later. Yeah. But in the moment, let's go ahead and bless Safe Space and their work that we're doing. We're so honored to be able to support them in this work. So, Safe Space, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the light in you. And so it is. Unity Palo Alto is here because of our generous donations to our spiritual community, to each other. And so if you would like to give there are many ways in which you can give. If you'd like to give a donation here in the sanctuary, there's a silver box in the front that says love offering and a silver box in the back. You can place your love offering in there. You can give online. You can give with your time, your talent, and your treasure. However you give to life, though, give with love. For it's the manner in which we give to the world that we receive from the world. When we give with love, we are living love. Yes? The affirmation that we say is on the screen, and I invite you to affirm it with me together. Divine love from me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Now Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Woo! The band, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Just never get enough of that. Thank you, band. So some of you are still on your feet. Go ahead and stay on your feet. And if you're sitting down, let's stand up because are you feeling good right now? Yes. This is the time when we bless each other. So the blessing that we say is on the screen. Warm up those hands. Turn toward the center aisle as we say, I love you. I bless you. I appreciate you. And I behold that string of lights in you. Woo! You may be seated. You're going to want to sit down because it's Holy Week, people, and we got a lot of announcements. Okay? There's a lot going on, even more than usual. So, starting with this Friday, on Good Friday, our very own Casey Wicker, licensed Unity teacher Casey Wicker, is going to host a Holy Week meditation service. It is hybrid format, so it'll be here in the sanctuary and also online. If you've never attended this before, it's just it's very calm, peaceful, music, meditation, just a way to get ready for our big Easter weekend. It's 6 o'clock to 6:45. So join Casey on Friday for that. Then the next morning, get up bright and early and bring your pruners because we got to prepare for the big Easter flower extravaganza that we're having on Easter. This is a really fun way to contribute to the community. If you're new, this is a really fun way to just get involved. That's super easy. You don't even have to have pruners. Just come, right? Somebody else will have pruners. We do, however, have a little brunch afterwards for everyone who helps out with this. So if you are wanting to do this, please make sure to RSVP so that we know how many people to serve. And then, of course, after our Easter service, we are going to have brunch prepared by the, I hear there's bunny rabbits here at Unity Palo Alto. They're going to be preparing this brunch. So hopefully they've washed their paws. You know, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. I don't think you have to RSVP for this. Is that right? We're just come and hang out after service after our Easter brunch, for Easter brunch. And then later in the month, boy, we eat a lot of food around here. We are going to have another one of our very successful Dinner with Friends events. This is yet another way that you can just come and connect and hang out with people here at Unity. Everything's going to be cooked for you. We do want to know if you're going to come so that we can make sure that we've got enough food prepared. So please RSVP online. That's going to be on Sunday the 27th at 5 p.m. in our Yes Hall. And then finally, in May, the first Sunday in May, our very own Eric Armstrong, woo, Eric, is going to be hosting an interactive workshop on gratitude. So join Eric for that. It's going to be right after service on Sunday the 4th, just a love offering, and that's just in person, right, Eric? Yeah. Yeah. So, and Eric's here, so if you're interested more about that, I bet you can find him after the service. So all of these events are on our website at unitypaloalto.org/activities. You can find those and how to RSVP and how to sign up. And all kinds of things in addition to what I've mentioned are on there. So go check that out and share the good news that is Unity Palo Alto. Am I right? I'm right. Woo! Now, if you're new to Unity or if you're back from a long absence, we would like to celebrate that you came to visit us and honor your presence. And to do that, there's a Connect card in the pew in front of you. Take that over to our bookstore, and we will give you a copy of the Daily Word or another Unity publication just to thank you for coming and spending time with us today. Now I'd like our prayer chaplains to stand, please. We have Karen and Sarah Ann. If you are in need of prayer today, affirmative prayer, maybe it's a celebration, maybe it's a struggle that you just want someone to hold you in, please find Sarah Ann and Karen where they are in the sanctuary right after the service. We really appreciate the service that you provide to our community. Thank you, Karen and Sarah Ann. And now it's time for the peace song. All right, here we go. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment eternal. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And now our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Love and blessings, everyone. Have a wonderful week.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my soul to fear